Good evening, everybody. So, today I am going to be fixing the front bumper on my friend's 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee. So my buddy Matt is getting ready to sell this car. So he asked me to take care of the front bumper and everything, get it a little bit cleaned up so that we can get it ready for sale. In this video, I will be showing you guys the process that I will be using to fix the front bumper on this car. It's very simple, very easy for anybody to do at home. I'm not going to be using any kind of special tools or anything. Anything that I will be using in this video, you will be able to purchase for very cheap at like a Walmart or a Lowe's or an AutoZone or something like that. And I guess without further ado, let's kick into it. Now, I'm terribly sorry about the lighting here, guys, but I'll give you a quick walk around here. So this is the 2008 Jeep Grand Cherokee with a little bit of front end damage here. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to assess the damage. So we got a big push in right here. It's pulled away from the clips along here, and on the other side there you can sort of tell here, this is coming out as well, this black trim piece. So basically what we have to do is we have to get this piece to pop back out and then reinsert all of these clips here. We also have a couple of broken bits right here that need to be repaired. Also, you can see here that a lot of the paint has kind of come off. We got some holes here and some chipping and everything like that. So because of this here, we're going to take the entire bumper off. If it was just the dent and like the clips and everything, we could do this entire process with the bumper on. And we could still technically do that, but we are going to take the bumper off because it's going to be a lot easier to work with while it is off the car. Alright, so we just got the whole thing disassembled, so let's take a look at the damage. Alright, so there are three major parts to this bumper. There's the grille, the actual bumper piece, and then the bottom trim. The grille is fine, 100% perfect, no issues. Now the bumper, this bit is this dent here, the scrapes, a couple of holes here and there. We've got this crack here, little bit of scraping here, and then for the most part it's in pretty good condition. Now on the trim piece, this has a little bit more damage to it. This whole section here is all crushed, it's cracked and fallen apart. This side is good, so we have a side to kind of emulate, but this side, it's this support bracket here that's damaged. So we got to either repair that or replace it to make this actually permanently mate to the bottom of that. Otherwise, this bottom piece appears to be pretty much in good condition. There's a couple of tabs here that are worn down but not broken, which is good. But yeah, so that should be all set. Alright, so right now what we're going to do is we're going to get started on pulling the Alright, so what we're going to get started on doing is pulling out the majority of the dent so that we can kind of get a sense of what finishing work needs to be done from an early stage, because I still got to go buy supplies. I'm going to take you guys with me when we go buy supplies, so that way we can kind of get a good roundabout on what it would cost for you to do this at home. Alright, so I didn't realize until after that the top half of myself was not in that shot, but yeah, sorry about that. So we got everything down to at least a general idea of what we're going to be working with once we get the filler and everything. So let's take a look. All right, so we've got a lot of wrinkles here and here. Some of these are, like this one here is one that I pushed in. I heated it and then I pushed it in. The reason that I did that is we're going to be using filler, and that is just going to kind of skim over this, but we don't want to have any high spots. We want to have low spots that the filler can then, fill. So I pushed down most of the places like, here and everything that were kind of protruding out. We've got this section right here that still needs a little bit of work. It's still protruding a little bit right here, but for the most part, this is all really what I'm going to be working with. So now I'm going to get started on sanding. I'm going to sand the majority of the areas that I'm going to be working on. So pretty much this entire section here is going to get sanded and then repainted here and then here. There's a bit of a bow in this and in this that I'm going to need to take care of. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do that yet, but I'm going to get to work with a heat gun and we'll figure that out. But I'm not going to bore you with how I figure this stuff out. We're just going to focus on this section right here in this video. So I'm going to start sanding on this. Alright, so this is where we're at currently. You can see I've still got a little wrinkle right here. That's still dented in. That cut needs to be finished up a little bit too. But as it stands, this is a very good base. We have a line of where we want to go. All of the body lines are not protruding at least. They're at least dented in instead. And this puts us in a good position for fully sanding it down and then starting to add some filler. This is going to be my stopping point for the night. I got to get up for work early in the morning, so we're going to stop here and resume this tomorrow. With the magic of editing, it's only going to be a few seconds for you guys, so here we go. Alright, so it is the next day, and we are in Walmart, and we need to pick up some body filler, we need to pick up some spot putty, we need to get a bit of sandpaper and different grits, and we also need to get some filler primer, and I don't have any more spreaders, so we're going to get some more spreaders. So let's pick some of that stuff out here. Alright, so that's all of the stuff that we're going to need for this next step, which is going to be bondoing and surfacing it. So we will have everything that we need. We still need to go get some color match paint, but we'll probably have to go to AutoZone or someplace like that for that. Transition! Alright, and we're back at home. But because it is about like 30-ish degrees outside, it's not really optimal temperature for me to be working on the bumper. So I brought the bumper to my basement. So please forgive the lighting. It's not super great down here. But let's get started. sanded down pretty much to where I want it to be tonight. We'll go over it with some 220, then maybe some 500, and keep going up from there until we get it to a nice paintable surface, and then we'll put some filler primer on it. I do still need to do some spot putty here and there, but I'm not going to get that done right now. It's getting pretty late. So I'm going to clean up my work area here, and then I'm going to head to bed, and we'll pick this up tomorrow. We've got a little spot putty that I got to put in a few places, and then we're going to move on to our next step, which is priming. I'm going to use a sandable filler primer over the entire work area, and then we will sand that down a little bit, and then spray the base coat over it. So let's get started on that. So we get the primer down and it looks pretty good. There's a couple of places that I'm going to retouch off camera, but then we'll go back over it real quick with the sandpaper, and then we will hit it with the base coat. Alright, so we got our base coat down, and we're going to go ahead and let that sit, and then we're going to go ahead and hit it with the clear. So I just finished wet sanding everything, and everything's pretty good, but a little hazy, so we're going to polish it up. So I'm going to grab the microfiber cloth and some polishing compound, and we're going to get to that. Alright, so the polishing compound went down excellent, and it looks awesome. So we are pretty much done with this part. We're going to assemble the rest of the bumper, and then we're going to stick it on the car. So let's go do that. And that is how you do a real quick fix on a plastic panel. It's not that hard and pretty cheap to do overall. It only cost us around $60 to do the whole job, but it looks pretty good overall, I would say. Put some air in that toilet there. But other than that, everything looks pretty good. And that'll be it for this episode. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.